Hey there, everybody, and welcome to Cover Wars. I'm your host, aJaX, and with me always is Seth. Seth, how's it going?
Going good.
All right. Well, Cover Wars is a weekly podcast where we take a popular song, and from that popular song, we are on a quest to find the three best cover versions ever of a particular song. And we do that by pulling from a curated playlist of 20 cover versions of that song. And from there, we find our top 5 favorites and we reveal them in a surprise style on the show. I reveal my 5 favorites, Seth reveals his 5 favorites, and then we battle it out in a cover war to determine the top 3 quintessential versions of a popular song, culminating in the best cover ever of a particular song. In this case, we got sent in a request not too long ago from our friend Ben, who has appeared on the show. Seth, what song will we be covering today on Cover Wars?
Today we will be covering Say My Name by Destiny's Child.
That's right. Let's do this. All right. All right, Say My Name by Destiny's Child. So we'll give a little bit of a bio here on the song. Say My Name is a song by Destiny's Child from their second studio album called The Writings on the Wall, written by, a lot of writing credits here, Beyonce Knowles, LaToya Luckett, Latavia Roberson, Kelly Rowland, LaShawna Daniels, Fred Jerkins III, and Rodney Jerkins. So, Seth, what is your experience with the song Say My Name by Destiny's Child?
So first I have to say I was a huge fan of Destiny's Child growing up. I saw them interviewed on a TV, like satellite TV, and had the Men in Black soundtrack, which is one of the first things they did. I was a super fan for a time. I still like them, but not with the fever that I once had. I had their first 2 CDs and played them till they wore out. And yeah, that was that was my thing. I listened to them all the time.
That's great. Yeah, I liked him too. I mean, it wasn't my favorite genre. Like, I wasn't like a huge R&B guy, but I did like a few different artists, and Destiny's Child were one of them. I mean, I had those CDs too. So, very good. Okay, well, Say My Name was released as the 3rd single from the album on October 14th, 1999. We're coming up on the 26th anniversary of the single release. It came out on Columbia Records. The song features the group's original lineup with Luckett and Roberson alongside Beyonce and Kelly Rowland. The music video, however, marked the introduction of the group's second lineup with the replacement members Michelle Williams and Farrah Franklin. So, Seth, do you recall the video for the song at all?
A little. Very, very slightly. Yeah, I'm not familiar.
Okay, well, so for the show, I did rewatch it. I remember seeing it quite a bit when it was popular in rotation on MTV, when MTV played videos. You know how that goes. What I recalled from it, so the video starts out, it's known for the color-coded sets. Okay, so there's an orange set, a red set, a blue set, and a white set. And it starts off with a lot of head turns, Beyonce's famous like little head turns. And then the shoulders start moving. So you go from the heads to the shoulders. So it's kind of interesting. Then with the set pieces, the colors kind of start intermingling. So it's definitely cool. It was a neat director's choice. The director is Joseph Kahn, very famous music video director, choreographer, and a cinematographer. Well, it's funny because the dancers and the group members start. So like the blue goes into the orange, the red goes into the white. And it kind of intermingles with the song lyrics, which we'll get into. And so there's some symbolism behind that. But then there's a scene that's separate from everything where they start dancing in front of cars in a garage with an industrial fan like in the background. And it's kind of funny because like they're dancing in front of the cars. You can't see the cars. You just know that they're there. So I thought that was very interesting. The video, though, it was really good and really successful. It won the 2000 MTV Music Award for Best R&B Video. So there you go. We'll talk now a little bit about the single itself. The single artwork varied, though, between the original lineup and the newer lineup. So just interesting to see the difference. And Did you notice that from album 1 to album 2, and then in the middle of album 2, how they switched members? Did you ever pick up on that?
So I was a super fan for a while, and I knew about the change up. So yeah, it was quite a bit different, although the sound was pretty much similar. And I'm a big fan of both, really.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there was definitely some drama that went down. As often is the case when you're talking about a major pop or R&B group, I mean, there's always going to be some disagreements, so we'll get into that later too. We'll now go on to some more of the accolades here. Say My Name was the most successful of the 4 singles from the writings on the wall, becoming Destiny's Child's second number 1 single on the US Billboard Hot 100. Critically acclaimed, the song won 2 Grammy Awards at the 2001 ceremony for Best R&B Performance by a Duo or a Group with Vocals and Best R&B Song, along with being nominated for Record of the Year and Song of the Year. So, very cool. Seth, what do you think resonated so much with the diverse audiences and the song? Like, us two guys don't look like typical Destiny's Child fans, so what do you think was the recipe for success there?
I would say that the production value and the songwriting. The vocals, I think they kind of honed those in later, if that makes sense, in my opinion. I could be way off on other people's opinion, but I think the vocals kind of came in later as group got more popular, maybe. I think it was more the production and writing on that first couple albums.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, whenever you have that many writing credits, you know it's more production based than the writing itself. But such a catchy song. I mean, like for
Oh, yeah.
me, I have what I like to call a fan's ear, not a musician's ear, and so for me, it's got to hit me in the catchy vibes. You know, so
Mhm.
right away I'm hooked immediately by the song, drawn in, and then the chorus is just the hook of the chorus, the literal hook of the chorus is just great. So now let's get into Destiny's Child, shall we? So Destiny's Child was an American R&B, pop, and hip hop all-female group whose final lineup included the one and only Beyonce, formerly Beyonce Knowles when she was part of the group, but now she doesn't need that last name. It's Beyonce. Kelly Rowland, and the latest entry, Michelle Williams. Poor Latavia Roberson, Latoya Luckett, and Farrah Franklin. Those are 3 names that we don't hear. They are not household like the other 3. Were you aware that they concluded as a 3-piece, though?
I think so. That sounds right. I mean, you're asking me to put on my thinking cap here.
I'm sorry. But yeah, for me, I always in my mind, I always pictured a 4th member even at the end, like they went on through 2006 with that lineup. And I was just like, there's still that 4. But yeah, Farrah Franklin was the last 4th. And then when she left, it was just
Yeah.
Beyonce,
Yeah.
Kelly, and Michelle. So, all right. So the group began their career as a group called Girls Time, and that's time spelled Tyme. Formed in 1990 in Houston, Texas. Houston has also become synonymous with Beyonce and Destiny's Child. It's one of those few artists where you can, the two are interchangeable. You know, we mentioned Prince in Minneapolis. It's like Beyonce, Houston. Like that's the city that comes to mind. And they found success signing to Columbia Records in 1997. That's where the name change came in. They became Destiny's Child. So, Seth, what's a better group name, do you think? Girls Time, Tyme, or Destiny's Child? What's better?
Destiny's Child.
Yeah, I think so too.
I definitely have to say Destiny's Child is a better. It's more rounded. It has a more of a it hits you kind of thing, and the other one was more of a Star Search kind of deal.
Right, exactly. And well, it's funny is, I mean, there's been so much said about the name Destiny's Child over the years, and it's kind of very tongue in cheek, but at the same time, it's like that's what you want, something to remember. It's just like when people talk about how annoying local ads are, but you remember local ads because of how annoying they are, and they get stuck in your head with these crazy jingles, and then you go, and that's how they get it's free publicity. In this case, you have a band or a group, I did it too, sorry, group, called themselves Destiny's Child, and you're like, okay, Destiny's Child, but they have the music to back it up because it
Yes, yes.
became so successful and just was so good. So the group was launched into mainstream recognition following the release of the song No, 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 and their best-selling second album, The Writings on the Wall, which contained the US Billboard Hot 100 number 1 singles, Bills, 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 Say My Name, which we're talking about today, obviously, Bugaboo, and Jumpin'
Mhm.
Jumpin'. So,
Oh,
one thing that
yeah.
stands out to me is the repetition in the song titles.
Yes.
So, it's one song's "No, No, No," one song's "Bills, Bills, Bills," one song's "Jumpin', Jumpin'," not "Jumpin', Jumpin', Jumpin'," but "Jumpin', Jumpin'." So, do you think that was intentional? Do you think that that was just to get the attention of the audience that they were trying to go for there?
When I bought that record, I looked at the back and I saw the names of the songs, the titles, and I'm like, this is definitely on purpose. Like they're not just randomly putting multiple, like the one word multiple times. I mean, that's definitely on purpose.
Well, and for me, it's kind of smart because as somebody who used to work in a record store, like it was super annoying when somebody would come up to me and try to sing a song. It was entertaining too, but it's like, what are you talking about? I don't know what the name of the song is, but it has this in it. And then if the name of the song did not contain the lyrics in that song title, it was really difficult. So yeah, Destiny's Child had no problem with that. He started singing "Bills, Bills, Bills." Oh, you mean the song "Bills, Bills, Bills"? Yeah. So "Say My Name." The words "Say My Name" or the words "Say My Name" are in that song so much you would have no problem with it. So
Yeah.
a Destiny's Child third album, "Survivor," whose themes the public interpreted as a channel to the group's experience, was also very successful. Produced number one songs like "Independent Woman," or Independent Women, Bootylicious, and Survivor, and that peaked at number 2 on the charts. And they just went on from there. Their fifth and final studio album, Destiny's Fulfilled. Destiny Fulfilled was in 2004, and that spanned three top 3 singles. Lose My Breath and Soldier were a part of that. So, Destiny's Child, of course, the number one biggest artist that came from that was Beyonce. But Kelly Rowland had a lot of success afterwards too, and Michelle Williams had relative success as well. So,
So can I
what do you
interrupt you for
think?
a second
Yeah,
there?
absolutely. Go ahead.
So a story I tell people all the time, and I don't think they believe me, but a lot of my friends have heard this story. When I first found out about Destiny's Child, I was like, Kelly Rowland's going to be the star. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind Kelly Rowland's going to be the star. And, and like, what was it? Like 15 years later, she has a solo career. I mean,
Well, I mean,
but she's great. I'm not saying she's not great. I'm
there was
saying
a lot
I
of
did not
featured
expect
roles too. Yeah.
Beyonce to become what she was or
Oh
what she
yeah. I
is
mean,
now. And I thought Kelly Rowland was going to be the star. I thought she was going to be this mega star, which she became later, but it wasn't
right.
right off the bat.
Well, I alluded to it earlier, but whenever you can drop your last name, there's a level of superstardom there that few can attain. The Elvises, the Chers, the Madonnas. I mean, Beyonce attained that and very quickly out of the gate. I mean, we're talking about like we haven't called her Beyonce Knowles quite a while unless she's acting in a movie, and then it's just like, it's supposed to have you're supposed to have your last name if you're acting, right? But yeah, I think that's so fascinating that this group formed, one of the gave birth to one of the most popular recording artists of all time and most popular just entertainers of all time too. All right, so are you ready for some of these lyrics now?
Yes.
Okay. So I didn't look up. This is one of those few that I didn't like look up. Hey, what's the song about? Because it kind of tells you what the song is about through the song, so it's pretty obvious. But
Mhm.
yeah, let's get into this. Here we go. It's called "Say My Name." Say my name. Say my name. If no one is around you, say, "Baby, I love you." If you ain't running game, say my name. Say my name. You actin' kinda shady. Ain't calling me baby. Why the sudden change? Say my name, say my name. If no one is around you, say, "Baby, I love you." If you ain't running game, say my name, say my name. You acting kinda shady, ain't calling me baby. Better say my name. So, of course, that's the chorus that we'll find repeating quite a bit through the course of the song. And then we have verse 1. This is Beyonce. Any other day I would call, you would say, "Baby, how's your day?" But today it ain't the same. Every other word is yeah, okay. Could it be that you are at the crib with another lady? Intrigue. If you took it there, first of all, let me say, I am not the one to sit around and be played. So prove yourself to me If I'm the girl that you claim, why don't you say the things that you said to me yesterday? Now, verse 1 is just loaded with very relatable dialogue if you've been in a relationship where there's some type of wrongdoing going on and sneakiness, but it's I think it's just makes it so real because this dialogue, it sounds like it was just stripped from an actual
Mhm.
occurrence. And I love my favorite line from the song. I'm already going to go ahead and just say it is the part where she goes, every other word is, yeah, okay. The way that is sung in the song, it's just, oh, I love it. It's so great. Okay, so now we go into the pre chorus. And this is Destiny's Child and Beyonce. I know you say that I am assuming things. Something's going down. That's the way it seems. Shouldn't be no reason why you're acting strange if nobody's holding you back from me. 'Cause I know what you usually do, where you saying everything to me times two. Why can't you just tell the truth? If somebody's there, then tell me who. So now it's not just now it's not just that somebody's cheating. It's also that they're actually there when she's making the phone calls. Then it gets real. So then the chorus again, say my name, say my name. And then a lot of the repeating the background vocals, say my name is around you. If no one is around you, say baby I love you, love you. So a lot of the repeating, so we won't have to repeat the chorus again. But the verse 2 is also Beyonce. What is up with this? Tell the truth. Who you with? How would you like it if I came over with my clique? Don't try to change it now, saying you gotta bounce. When 2 seconds ago said you just got in the house, it's hard to believe that you are at home by yourself. When I just heard the voice of someone else. Just this question. Why do you feel you gotta lie? Getting caught up in your game when you cannot say my name. So it's getting real there. And my favorite part is the threat to come over with her clique. Like, well, that would be awkward, wouldn't it? If she just shows up, shows up with all her friends. Like, well, who's this, huh? I love that part. Just the picture of that in your mind creates quite the awkward situation. And the chorus repeats again. And then we get to the bridge where there's a lot of yeahs. A lot of yeahs going on. Yeah, where my lady's at. Yeah. The yeah part,
Yeah,
which is
yeah, yeah,
original.
yeah.
Yeah, which is an original. Like, it's not just a la la, it's a cool little thing where they worked it into the beat. The yeah. I mean, I like it.
I forget how old I was when this came out, but I just love that part.
It's so catchy. I mean, it extends an already super fun and catchy song, and then the bridge is catchy too. That's great. Okay, then we're going back to the pre-chorus, and then we're going back to the chorus again. So there's a lot of repetitive stuff here. The outro that Beyonce says, "Thou shalt know she can't love you." Probably my least favorite part of the song, but it doesn't matter. By the time you get to that corny line, everything else is fine. You've gotten through a ridiculously catchy earworm. So what is your favorite part of that song?
I think you said it was either is it verse 2, I think?
I don't know. But verse 1 is where the line, the every other word is yeah, okay. That's my
I
favorite
like
part.
that, but I think the verse 2 is the one I like the best. It's
Okay.
the faster paced.
Right. What is up with
Yeah.
this? Tell the truth. Who
Yeah,
you
yeah,
with?
yeah.
Yep, it
I
does
like
pick up.
the pacing of that part is just so good. It's just
Mhm.
so good. I eat her up. I love it.
Nice. All right. So before we move on to our rankings, is there anything else that you've got for Say My Name by Destiny's Child?
It's got a great beat. I think that the instrumentation is really well done. The production of the song is really strong, and I'm really excited to hear which ones you found interesting because the ones I found interesting are so different from each other.
Likewise, I'm excited too. Yeah, I mean, I think you nailed it right there. I mean, the production is just so good. And that's a lot of the stuff that came out of the late 90s, early 2000s, a lot of the dance music, a lot of the R&B stuff. I mean, production was so key and the technology really helped that out. And so, yeah, I mean, this song will never be out of anyone's heads anytime in their lifetime, I would imagine. Okay, so are you ready to go? You ready to do
I'm
this?
ready.
All right,
Uh,
Seth, without any further ado, from this playlist of 20 versions of Say My Name by Destiny's Child, what is your number five?
my number 5 comes from Scott Bradley's Postmodern Jukebox, Joey Cook.
All right. Okay. So Joey Cook, I love. And I really like the idea of Scott Bradley's postmodern jukebox too. So just to give you a little information on it, this is from the album called Top Hat on Fleek. It's a covers collection released on November 2015. And postmodern jukebox, they're interchangeable guest vocalists on here. So it's more
Okay.
like a more like a production than an actual artist, but Joey Cook is the artist on this particular track. This is also so Postmodern Jukebox has 1.5 million monthly listeners. Joey Cook, originally an American Idol finalist in season 14, she's got 29,000 monthly listeners, and she's known for her indie soulful jazz, piano, and vocals. So, what did you like the most about this to make it your number five?
Old school vibe. I love this version. I actually had already done everything up, and then I heard it again, and I was like, "This has gotta be in it somewhere," and so I had to stick it somewhere. Unfortunately, it's number 5 and not higher, but I really love this version because it's almost like an old Motown song. It's like a whole different take on it.
Yeah, for me, it sounded a lot like if Amy Winehouse did the version of this song. So that Joey Cook style, it's like a steampunked version. It's like a 1920s style. So when if they say top hat on fleek, that's almost like a steampunked phrasing. And so I thought that
It's
was
an
a great.
older version. It's like
Yeah, it's just cool.
it just brings you back and you're like, "Wow, that makes me think of the song completely differently now."
Right, right. I'm like in a marvelous Mrs. Maisel era kind of a musical. So very cool stuff there. So yeah, if you haven't heard that yet, definitely check it out. Scott Bradley's Postmodern Jukebox featuring Joey Cook. All right, so would you like to know my number five?
I cannot wait.
Okay, well, my number five comes to you from a band called Assuming We Survive. Assuming We Survive from a single released on November 2021. They have 16.9 thousand monthly listeners. They consider themselves a pop punk easycore band with aggressive energy and catchy hooks. I just thought that this was a fun and catchy juxtaposition to the original. It was a little yelly at times, and I almost so I kept moving this up though because at first when I heard it, I'm like, well, I don't love the yelling in the background. But then after hearing it so many times, it almost complements it in a weird way. And I don't like it a lot of yelling and growling like the screamo post-hardcore stuff. So when they when I saw that they called themselves easycore, I'm like, well, I can kind of see that because it's growing on me, and I actually started liking that part. Um, Definitely check it out. So this is Assuming We Survive is the name of the band, which is it's a little that band name. I don't love it. It's a little pessimistic of a band title, but I still like the song a lot. So that's why I had to put them at number five. What did you think of that version?
So I wrote down great take, wonderful musicianship and arrangement. So yeah, I also enjoyed that and for the same reasons you did, I think.
Okay, very cool. I like it. All right, Seth. So that brings us to your number four. What's your number four?
I've got Coco Worth.
Coco Worth. Okay. Very cool name of an artist, too. I like that a lot. So, Coco Worth, I'm going to find Coco Worth on here. Don't worry. Coco Worth, this is from an acoustic single released on July 2018. Coco Worth has 48.5 thousand monthly listeners. She is a London based singer songwriter. And what did you like so much about this song?
I just wrote down simply acoustic loveliness. I mean, it's got that real relaxed vibe to it, and like the slower songs. I think were in this playlist were harder for me to like at first, and
Mhm.
then the more I heard them, the more I appreciate what they did to them, and that's definitely one of the ones that grew on me.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I have written down as just a very sweet, tender, soulful version, and just well played acoustic guitar too. Because there are some other versions on here where I think it would have worked better if the guitar playing was a little better. But yeah, the backing for
I
this
know
song
exactly which one you're talking about.
better. Oh, do you? Okay, interesting. All right, we'll get around to that later. All right, so Seth, are you ready for my number four?
I am so excited.
Okay, my number 4 is from an artist called Amber Lee Irish, and this was a release from a single on July 2024. Amber Lee Irish has 607.4 thousand monthly listeners. She is also a UK singer-songwriter known for her soothing and relaxing vocals. So, what do you know? We both have a UK singer-songwriter with soothing, relaxing vocals at our number 4, just different artists. I thought this was a beautiful vocal over delightfully acoustic music and just a simplified, short, and sweet version. So it doesn't go too long, doesn't outstay the welcome. And so that's why I really, really liked it. What did you think of Amber Lee Irish's version?
Loved it. Slowed down acoustics, what I wrote down. It's got a beautiful sound to it. It's another one of those that really grew on me. The more and more I listened to it, the more it's like, I have to have it, listen to this over and over and see if it was going to fit or not. Because there's a lot of them, you're not really sure what to do on this playlist because they're so similar. But then the
Right.
ones that stick out, they're so different. It's hard to get like a handle on it, if that
Yep.
makes sense.
No, it totally is. And that's part of the challenge to this game, this podcast, is just really trying to figure out where they would fit in and if they're
Mhm.
good enough to be in a top 3, or in this case, our favorites, our top 5. So yeah, I mean, I loved it. And when you say grew on you, I had this way back, like way back. And every time I went through this playlist, I'm like, why do I have this so far back? I got to move this up. And then it landed at 4. And I'm like, yeah, but that's where it goes in mine. I mean, I'm like, it
Mhm.
has to be number 4 because I like this better than this one better than this one. So yeah, Amber Lee Irish is my number 4. So we have and our 5 and 4, you've got Scott Bradley's Postmodern Jukebox featuring the stylings of Joey Cook at your number 5, and you have Coco Worth at number 4. I've got Assuming We Survive at number 5, and at number 4, I've got Amber Lee Irish. So, Seth, what is your number 3?
Number 3, I've got Kingswood.
Kingswood. Okay. All right. I can give you some info about Kingswood here. Kingswood, this is from a single released on December of 2017. Kingswood has 152.4 thousand monthly listeners. They are an Australian alt rock group formed in 2007 in Melbourne. And what did you like so much about it that you put them at number 3?
So I thought the drums were amazing. They were awesome. And then there was a guitar solo that really came out of nowhere, and I thought that was really cool.
Nice. Well, I'm surprised you didn't mention the horns, because for me, that's
Yes,
what I
that
wrote
too.
down. Yeah, for me, I wrote down horns. Love the horns.
Yes, love the horns.
So yeah, I mean, that one's very good. So nice choice there at number 3 for you. All right, Seth, are you ready for my number 3?
I'm at the edge of my seat on this one.
Okay, my number 3. We've had them on here before, and they're back at my number 3, and that is Alex and Sierra. This is from the album called As Seen on TV, released on September 2016. They still to this day have 1.8 million monthly listeners, and that's just crazy to me to think about.
Wow.
They're a Florida-based folk pop duo. Alex Kinsey and Sierra Deaton broke up in 2016 in more ways than one. They were a couple, and of course, when a couple is the artist, it's kind of hard to stick around when you no longer are together. So for me, it's funky folk pop. It's an infectious version of the catchy classic, and just super fun styling. So you're both great vocals. For me, the way they work so well together, or did, was that neither one of them have better vocals than the other. They both have great vocals, and so that's what works so well. So yeah, seeing them on the original US X Factor, they were just phenomenal on that show. What did you like, or did you like the Alex and Sierra version?
I loved it. It's a slower, cool version. There's not a whole lot to say, but you covered it. The vocals were great. Just really solid version.
For me, they added a lot of funk to the version too, where I don't really hear it in any of the other stylings too. So I thought that was an interesting take to the funkiness of it all. So, all right, Seth, we don't have any matches yet, by the way, so that's a little scary going into our final 2, and we have to think of 3. So, all right, Seth. I'm slightly concerned, but I'm also very excited to know, what is your number 2?
So my number 2 I can ease your mind here. Assuming We Survive.
Wow. Number 2. Awesome. I
Yeah.
love it. That is great news for me. Thank you. But also, that's great in general that you have it at number 2. Why did you like them so much that they were your number 2 favorite version of the song?
I simply wrote down that I loved everything they did on this one. It was just like you, when you first listened to it, it was a little bit much. And then the more you listen to it, the more you appreciate what they did, the musicianship, the arrangement, everything is done just so, and it grows on you. Even though they're like screaming at some point, I didn't even care. Like, it was just awesome.
Yeah, and this is also so this is a band where when I first heard it in the car, without headphones on, I liked it, but at the same time, I'm like, that yelling is a little too much for me. But then when I heard it in headphones, I'm like, well, but it's suppressed and it's there for a reason, and it almost sounds like a second or another instrument,
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
helps
Yeah.
it and complements it in the end, and it just sounds so cool. And this band, assuming we survive, I know that the lead singer, looking them up, I don't have his name written down, but he's got so many other projects. In fact, assuming we survive on Instagram, they still have just all of the stuff promoting their version of the song when they have
Uh-huh.
other songs and other albums out too. So they know that it's good, I think, too, and they
Wow.
should be proud of it because they did a great job on it. So Seth, are you ready for my number 2? My number 2.
I'm super ready.
Okay, so my number 2 is by a band that I love. They are called Superchunk. This is from an album called Misfits and Mistakes, Singles, B-Sides, and Strays, 2007 to 2023, and that is a mouthful, but that is a compilation, if there ever was one. This was released just recently, a couple years back, October 2023. Superchunk is a long-running indie rock band, 30 plus years. They're from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. They have 103.7 thousand monthly listeners, and they just released a new album called Songs in the Key of Yikes just last month. Well, 2 months ago now. It's back in August. Definitely check that out. They are a band that I don't think has ever sounded bad to me. Just really, really cool. This version of the song is just so good. It's raw, it's edgy. It has that just the quality like they just got together in a garage and started jamming and this was the result and you're like this was gold. This version of this song is awesome. It's got like an absurdity to it too, but it pushed it all the way to the top 2 for me because it's just so great. It's unlike any version you'll ever hear of the song. And the fact that it exists and they do it is just awesome. So for me, Superchunk is number 2. What did you think of that song, that version?
I wrote down lots of fun. I mean, it's hard not to really enjoy their take on it. I will spoil it for you. It's not in my list, but I did love it, and I even thought about putting it on there. There's several on this playlist of 20 that I wanted to put in my top 10, and I couldn't. I just had to. I had a top 10, and I had to cut and move and copy and paste and all kinds of things.
I understand, but
I'm so
still,
sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm saddened. Assuming we survive helps me out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Superchunk's absence though will make my heart cry a little bit.
I
But it's okay.
apologize.
It's all right. So before we get into each other's number 1, though, I think it's high time we get into some honorable mentions. So Seth, 10 through 6, let's do this. What are your honorable mentions? And along the way, I'll give you some brief bios.
Okay. So I'm assuming that you're not a fan of this one. It's so different, but I could be wrong. So I like the Eliza G version.
Okay, well, I'll tell you about Eliza G. Eliza G, this is from a covers album called 90, released on April 2019. Eliza G has 17.5 thousand monthly listeners, and she's an Italian singer-songwriter. For me, I love the vocals, but not the music accompaniment. So for me, I think her vocals were excellent. I just didn't care for the music behind it. So that's why I didn't have it in mind. But that was your number 10. What did you like so much about it?
So I like the Latin rhythm.
Okay.
They definitely had a good vibe with those drums at the end. It was really cool.
All right, good deal. So what's your number 9 in your honorables?
My number 9 is Alex Brown.
Okay, so Alex Brown, this is from the Spark EP released back on November 2017. So this is going to be one of the most surprising stats I think I'll ever give you. Alex Brown currently has 7 monthly listeners on Spotify, which is insane to me.
What?
7. So get
What?
out there and listen
I
to
gotta get
Alex
that up.
Brown.
Yeah, I gotta get
Yeah,
that up
it's
there. That's
crazy.
ridiculous.
So Alex Brown is an indie folk singer-songwriter from Northern California. So what did you like so much about it?
I just thought it was a cool vibe. There's something that really resonated with me about this, and I can't quite put my finger on it.
So for me, I thought it was just a great original vocal styling, and I liked the way that some of the words were bent and twisted the way they were
Yeah,
sung. So for
yeah.
me, that's what did it. Yeah. So very good. Alex Brown at 9. What is your number 8?
So my number 8, I'm gonna have to preface this. I didn't care for it at first, and then it grew on me. It wasn't gonna be on my list, and then I put it on number 8. I think you pronounce it Aisha?
Okay, now I got to figure out what you're talking about.
Okay, so
Okay,
it's
I pronounce it Aisha, but that's just
okay,
me.
so it
Maybe
could be
you might be
Aisha,
right.
yeah. It
Aisha
could
or
be Aisha,
Aisha.
yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, so this is from the Pop Hits in a Reggae Volume 1 compilation. And there are 271 monthly listeners on Spotify to this compilation and to Aisha, but there's no other info and no other song found on Spotify. So I don't know what to think of this unless Aisha just took all of her music off, which is possible. So, I mean, because I couldn't imagine there being, or it's 271 total monthly listeners
That's what I
on
thought,
Spotify.
yeah.
Yeah. So whatever I said was wrong.
No, I think you said it right. I think you
Okay.
said it
But it was
right.
just this, just this one song. I have that it was just smooth reggae vocals, but for me, it was just overall okay. So why did you like it so much to have it at your number 8?
I just like that beat. At first, I couldn't stand it. I was like, "This is ridiculous. Just skip it." You know what I mean? And then
Right.
the more I listened to it, the more I liked it, and the more I liked it, the more I grooved to it, and the more I grooved to it, I was like, "This has got to be on the list."
Okay. So that was your number 8 or 7?
Number 8.
Okay. So what's your number 7?
So I don't know how to pronounce this one. I'm being really butchering things tonight. Is it Celine or Sullen?
Now I'm with you on this one. I don't know how to pronounce this one either. I put Suline, but I could be way off too. So this is from a single released on April of 2021. Suline just 829 monthly listeners and considers herself a South African New Yorker. That's pretty much all the information I have on Suline as well. So I've
Okay.
got that this was a laid back, sultry, smooth vocal over an acoustic electronic version, layered in cool effects and keyboard laced. Why did you like it?
So what I liked about it, and it might blow your mind a little bit if you think about it, it actually sounds a little bit like Lord, the singer Lord.
I can kind of pick up on that.
So
Yeah.
I wrote down Lordish version. I really I dug it. Like this was close as could get to being on the list, I think, even though it's at 7. It
Now
was so good.
we need to hear Lord do Say My Name. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Suline, South African, Lord, New Zealand, but still, I mean, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like it. Number 6, your final honorable mention. Which one?
This is gonna
that?
hurt a little bit.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So I've got Amberly Irish.
Oh, well, I mean, at 6 is pretty good. Okay. So, Amber Lee Irish, what did you like so much about that version?
So I really like the slow down acoustic. I mean, it's a really good song and it deserves to be mentioned, that's for sure.
I like that it was short and sweet too. I mean, there's some
Yes.
times where I don't like that, where I wish they had the full song on there, but I was okay with her ending it when she did, because I think if she went on a little too much longer, it would have just been a less interesting and more dull. So very good. Okay, so are you ready for my honorable mentions?
I am.
At my number 10, I've got Young and Sick. Young and Sick, this was from a covers EP released in December of 2020. Young and Sick has 158.6 thousand monthly listeners. This is the solo project and brainchild of Dutch artist Nick van Hofwegen. And it's just a very unique and original sound. I thought it was funky, lively, and there was some EDM with fun vocal effects in there and some weird keyboard sounds and stuff too. So I thought it was kind of cool, and that's why I had to put it at number 10. There's a lot of EDM stuff. This is the one I like the most out of all of the EDM versions of Say My Name. So did you enjoy that version at all, Seth?
I did. I put down Fun Take. I like that. I like that styling. That was really good.
Okay, very good. At number 9, I've got William Singe. And this was a single release on January 2016. William Singe has 3.2 million monthly listeners. Was not expecting to find that, nor was I expecting to read that William Singe was a finalist in Australia's X Factor, placing third in his season. Just an intimate styling over hard hitting production styles. That's what he's known for. But for me, it sounded like if Justin Bieber did the song. And so, not like I'm a huge Justin Bieber fan or anything, but I appreciated the production of it as well. And I thought it was just a great vocal. So, what did you think about it?
This actually was one of the two that I wrote down, like, think about this because it should make the list, and it didn't make the list. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I mean, it's at 9 for me, so it's almost halfway through. But
I loved it.
yeah, I still thought it was definitely good enough and worth mentioning for sure. So at number 8, I've got Scott Bradley's Postmodern Jukebox featuring Joey Cook. For me, this version, I love it, and it starts off so strong, and I love Joey Cook's vocals, and I just think for me, this version gets too long and campy toward the end, but the Amy Winehouse styling of the vocals is just, it's so unique and different, and I thought it was a great take on the song. So that was my number 8. At 7, I have Coco Worth. I'm just very sweet and tender vocal. I loved it, and it's got that soul to it. So, and at number 6, another one you had in your top 5, which is Kingswood. The horns do it for me. Kingswood just barely missed my top 5. For me, the vocals just weren't strong enough. I thought the instrumentation is so much better than the vocals. And if the vocals were a little stronger, I would have bumped it up to the top 5. But that's the only reason it wasn't there. And Seth, I'm not going to make any predictions here, but I'm feeling very good about our number ones matching. What about you?
I got a good feeling too.
Because we've mentioned all but like a handful of folks, and I can't imagine this not being number 1 for you as it is for me. But without any further ado, Seth, what is your number 1?
As soon as I say this, you're going to know who it is. So you probably already know already. But I had to look up how to pronounce because I wanted to get this right. And it's Hozier.
That is correct. That is the way to pronounce it. Very, very good.
I looked up multiple videos.
Okay, no, perfect. So Hozier, very, very successful Irish folk, soul, and blues singer-songwriter, has 40.8 million monthly listeners currently. This was from the Spotify singles release on January 2019. So this was specifically recorded for Spotify at Spotify Studios. So why did you put Hozier at number 1?
I love the liberties he took with this one. Such a cool version. It's just absolutely love this take on this. It was hands down the best production of all the songs that we covered, the versions we covered. It's just amazing.
Yeah, for me, Hozier just is so effortless in his vocals. And yes, I loved this version. So Seth, are you ready for my number 1?
Yes.
Well, it should come as no surprise to you that my number 1 is also Hozier. Okay, this version, and I've said this to you offline before telling you who it was, but there's nothing that comes even close. Now, my number 2 version of the song is Superchunk, but that version is so far beyond and nearly as good of a version as Hozier's version. I mean, this is the ultimate standout version of the song for me. Emotional, heartfelt, soulful, passionate, sung effortlessly yet beautifully. And to me, nothing even comes close. And I think I'll go ahead and say it here. This is our 13th show. This is the one where the number 1 is so far the best that like nothing else compares to it. To me,
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I feel the same way though about my meters
Oh, really? Okay.
would come
Well,
together, but
we'll go.
you
Yeah.
know,
Okay.
I think this song is far and above. I mean, it doesn't even deserve to be on the list with the other ones.
Yeah.
It needs to
Exactly.
be a staple.
Right. So finding out our top 3, we have 2 that are very easy. Okay. Number 1, without question, is Hozier. It was number 1
Yes.
for both of us. The
Yes.
number 2 is one where we both had in our top 5, and that is Assuming We Survive. I had
That's
it at
what I've
number
got,
5. You had it at number 2. Number 3 is where it gets a little more interesting. So what are your thoughts about number 3?
My first thought is Amberly Irish because I had it at 6, but is there anything that comes close to that?
Well, so I had Amberly Irish at number 4, okay, and then the next one up would probably be Kingswood because you had Kingswood at number 3, and I had Kingswood at 6. So that actually trumps
Wow.
Amberly Irish by a point for me. So what are your
Well,
thoughts on that?
I honestly feel like we almost should have a conversation about that. You know what I mean? Like, they're both great versions.
Okay, so here's my take on it because I do have Amberly Irish further up. I have her at 4. My take is she sings that song beautifully. The
Yeah,
vocals over the acoustic guitar are perfect for me, and the only thing I have a problem with Kingswood, which is why I kept them out of my top 5, is because the vocals weren't strong enough for me to include them in my top 5.
I got
Even
you.
even though the instruments were great. I mean, the instrumentation was just cool. It's a very neat version of the song and just fun altogether. But that's my argument is that the vocals just weren't strong enough. So what do you think?
I honestly, I have a feel like a really deep hearted feeling that we should put Amberly Irish ahead of Kingswood.
And you know what? I'm gonna agree with you there, and we'll go ahead and do it. So we have our top 3 quintessential versions of "Say My Name" by Destiny's Child, and I think it is important, just to have at least a female representation in the top 3 too, as well. So here we go with our top 3. At number 3, these are the best cover versions of all time of "Say My Name" by Destiny's Child. At number 3, Amber Lee Irish. At number 2, "Assuming We Survive." And at number 1, Hosier. Okay, so Seth, how do you think we did with "Say My Name" by Destiny's Child?
This is one that the playlists that you sent me were so diverse. Like, every 3 songs was a whole different take. I thought coming into this, if we don't match right away, we're gonna have to actually do a real war at this because it's gonna be difficult. And I think we did a really good job. I
I
really
think
do.
so too, and I think it's coming. I think we'll have a song where we won't have any matches, and it's just going to be an all-out brawl. But Hosier saved us. Assuming We Survive saved us. I mean, like this is just great versions of and artists that you wouldn't think would cover them at all. I love them, and they're still doing it today. I mean, this is a song that's 26 years old, as we talked about, and some of the best songs are brand new, like just in the last few years. So very, very cool stuff here. So before we move on, though, Seth, would you like to know what song we're going to be covering next week here on Cover Wars?
I'm so excited.
I think you're going to like this one. It's going to be fun. And so I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Next week, we're going to be doing "Hey Ya" by aJaX. So,
Yes!
I mean, I know for a fact at least 2 or 3 songs that that I remember being covered or versions being covered of the song, and I am super excited to find other ones and hidden
I
gems that I don't
love
know
that
about.
song.
So, I mean, one of the catchiest, best songs of all time from the hit album Superbox Love Below, Grammy award-winning album that I mean, I don't think there's anybody denying the fact that that album is just incredible. So,
yeah.
this one of the standouts, if not the standout, "Hey Ya" from aJaX next week. So join us then. But Seth, where can the listeners and the viewers, where can they find us if they are wondering, curious, where can they find us?
You can find us at Cover Wars Podcast on YouTube and Cover Wars Podcast on Facebook, Cover Wars Podcast at gmail.com, and Cover Wars on TikTok.
That's right. And I want
I'll
to
try
let you
not
know,
to butcher that again.
it's okay. I've been butchering stuff this whole episode. I got a lot of choppy chop editing to do. But I want to let everybody out there know, if you're ever out there and you're all alone and you don't know where to go for songs covered by artists other than the original Seth and I, we got you covered. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you next week.